If you missed last week's video, we did an interview with Shane and Tanya about what happened when they got hit by lightning. This week, we give you a bit of a boat tour of their Leopard 45 and what systems were fried after a direct lightning strike.
I am a barefoot man, barefoot to make my stand. I bear my souls for all the world to see. Yeah. I am a barefoot man, be planted firmly in the sand. Bear your souls, come along with me. Lose your shoes, lose your blues, come along with me.
Obviously, the first thing I was concerned about was the instrument, so I came up here to look. Chart plotter's dead, autopilot's dead. Of course, we talked about the autopilot. Just for some reason, it just started going ran, 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 ran. Like, what is that? I didn't even know what that was. It turned out to be the autopilot, and of course, our wind instruments, which are all brand new, by the way. We just put those on the boat. They're dead. All of our instrumentation on the port engine, we get nothing out of this. So that should turn on the oil sensing. The engine will start, but I get no gauges. When I do that, the gauges should light up, the gas gauge, nothing. And on so we had to bypass all of, let's see, we bypassed something over here.
Bypass this start switch.
Oh, the start
switch is fried.
Yeah, this was causing a major short. So here, all that, see the gauges come alive over here? That doesn't happen on this side. This is dead. Over here, yeah. And of course the gas gauge doesn't move, it doesn't come alive at all. Anyway, so that's the helm. So I guess we're looking at obviously new everything. My favorite little USB, waterproof USB, be careful with it. My favorite waterproof USB charging station is dead. So this is
Welcome to Legacy.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful boat.
Thank you. So this is...
We haven't told everybody what the boat is yet.
No, we haven't actually. What is the boat?
It's a 2000 Leopard 45. Some say it's a Leopard 46, some say it's a Leopard 47, but according to that placard right there, and according to the listing that I bought, it's supposed to be a 45. So I bought a 45. I don't know what I actually got. Maybe I got a little extra boat. Anyway, so this is just a wreck here. So the first thing that we noticed is this was our original USB charging station. And this little plastic thing, I've put it back in here now, but this here was over on the table. it blew out of here and bloop, was laying over there.
What is that noise again?
Bloop. It's the sound effect that's resulting from lightning strikes. And so anyway, Davy loaned us this one, so it's just, and it doesn't fit the hole, so it's just kind of wedged up there. And then we rigged up this one, just pulled the wire out and found the wire, and just so we could charge phones and keep the boat alive. And of course, battery monitoring consoles are all burnt. This thing here was Davy and Brian and I discovered that this thing was smoking hot, and we ended up tracing the wires and disconnecting it. This is the control panel for our inverter, and we pulled it out, and all of this is just burnt and smoked on the back side of it. You have to get just the right angle to see it, maybe. Mm-hmm. But Davy is the one that fired it up, or we changed the fuse, and then you saw poof.
Yeah, the actual inverter charger itself, we were running just that one system to test that to see if we could get some inverted power to your boat 110.
Yeah.
And I changed the fuse out on that as a big, one of the big master fuses, and put a new one in there, and just the smoke that came out from the inside. So I took that fuse out pretty quick, and we removed that item completely, unwired it, so that's fried on the inside.
So we've got those tucked down in the cabin for show and tell with the insurance company. So, but we do have 110 off of one circuit. So we're charging phones, charging our power pack, charging whatever we can charge when we run the generator a couple hours a day to work the refrigeration and charge batteries. We charge the house batteries as well. They seem to be holding the charge, so maybe they're okay. We tested this panel. And all of the blue tape and all the X's is all the breakers that are not working. They're broke. They're broken,
burnt closed, or burnt open.
Yeah, one of the two. So quite a bit of damage there. and none of these lights work. The amp meter's not working. So we are getting starboard battery reading, but no port battery and no house battery. So oddly, we're getting the starboard battery, so that's kind of weird. But of course, the VHF went.
Well, that was what it hit, was the antenna.
Yeah, that was probably the first thing
that popped.
And strangely, there's a switch here. It says radio stereo, which turns on this house stereo. Normally, to turn the stereo on, we have to flip that breaker, and the stereo comes on. For some reason, after the strike, that breaker was off and the stereo was on. That's kind of weird.
We had to
what
disconnect
about the nameplates that flew across?
Yeah, a lot of these nameplates blew off. I've put them back. I've got them taped into. That one blew off, and there was another one down here that blew off.
So they just blew across.
Yeah, they just went bloop across the room.
When we had that panel open, there's a lot of charring and black marks on the fiberglass behind there.
Yeah.
You got your little jerry-rigged start there for your engine.
Oh yeah, this is how we start the starboard engine. Starboard engine start right there. It says. So, yeah, if we need to start it, that's how we start it. We just ran some wires down there and put a momentary toggle switch on it, so we can start the engine. I think I can pull this out real quick, and you can see a lot of burn marks back here.
Just get a little shot of those
galley.
lights. Those
Oh yeah, the lights up here.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
both right there. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
And this refrigerator went out. It doesn't work.
Yeah, the motherboard on that one's fried.
I love the kitchen space though on this boat.
Me too.
Like it's just.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Did you get it off?
Yep.
Yeah. So, one of the first things we did, of course, was open this up.
Oh, look at that burning.
Yeah, we see burns back there. Of course, we've got these fuses that were blown out. You know, these fuses went together and they were just exploded, and several of them. And it just, you can see the burn marks.
Yeah.
That's where all the smell was coming from.
Yeah.
Things that happen, I don't know if it's strange, but so I guess one of our favorite things about the boat is we have these cool little night lights that still work, oddly enough, but on the back side there is a USB port for charging our phones, which is
We
kind
have
of
the same sort of thing on ours.
Okay, it's our nightly routine to plug our phones in.
Yeah.
Well, none of the USB ports are all blown out on all of these.
But the light itself
the
still
light
works.
works. Yeah, it did work. There it goes. Yeah, but the port, the charging port blew out.
Huh.
I think that's about it here.
Smaller amperage and voltage.
You have any check that? Check
So-
this out here. I need to check this.
So this boat is a 4-cabin version.
Yes.
So they sleep up here in the front. There's 4 heads as well. So it's a great boat.
We can show you the damaged equipment. I think the cover's still off of this one.
What was that big, whatever it was down there at some other...
So this charger was installed as a way to charge just the engine batteries. That's the inverter. It charged the house batteries. A couple days after, as we're continuing to go through the boat, the screws may have been put back in this. I guess they are. Yeah, they were. Anyway, we somehow we discovered that this was really hot, and so we became very alarmed. So we had to pull that out to get to this, and we just started troubleshooting it. We were shooting it with the temperature gun, and it was super hot. So we disconnected it, opened it up, and there's several burned parts in here. So, you know, that's I guess the point of that is just because something doesn't happen instantly doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You know, there's there's that delayed effect with a lightning strike, as we're learning. And so thank God that we had, you know, smart people here that, you know, kind of just really gave us advice, because we honestly...
Because if that overheated, that could have caused a fire.
Yeah, could have started a fire, yeah, right at the helm.
So.
And this is the inverter that we replaced the fuse, and as soon as we engaged it, poof, smoke came out. We got zero voltage through this thing whatsoever, so it wasn't, it took a big hit. And that was not an easy thing to get out. Let's see if we can maybe do it. So I don't know if you can see, down there is that little black pump way down there.
Little black pump.
Yep, that's our boost pump for our water maker. It's tied into, anyway, that boost pump quit working. So it stopped putting water to the water maker, which was running at the time of the strike.
So now the water maker's probably...
Yeah, and so it's been 12 days now with no backflush, no water, no pickling.
No nothing.
So who knows what's growing in that. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, or if I don't know if that is even salvageable at this point. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how to get some fresh water through it, but I just can't figure out because it's a closed loop circuit. So anyway, we'll have to deal with that with insurance, hopefully.
So their Starlink is
Kaput.
kaput.
Starlink died. That's probably enough just to move this one. Okay. Probably enough just to do this.
These sunshades make a huge difference in the Bahamas.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So grateful to have discovered that.
What did you find out about these things?
Oh,
Yeah.
these people we know.
These
They had one.
These YouTubers, you know.
Barefoot something?
Yeah.
We know the cheaper ways of doing stuff. And just spend $5,000 on a piece of canvas. You can buy a bit of garden.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, I think we paid $30 for this.
Yeah.
This is we need to do we have a list of must-haves.
Yeah, we do too.
This is one.
This is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
This is the bulb and fixture out of the forward nav lights, the red and green, and this just blew right out of the bottom. It was just hanging there. You can see the bulb is just toast. Yeah, just smoked. So I could actually take that out, but and then we discovered this days later. We just happened to be looking. It was really this right here that caught my eye. I said, that's strange. I'd been looking at this. I'd been looking over here, and like it looks like but it looked like fingerprints to me. You know, like dirty hands, like you've been working on stuff and touching it. But then I realized, well, wait a minute. And then we saw that there, and realized this black soot goes here, and then it's all the way
All
up.
the way along the chain.
It's all along the chain. The whole chain has got burn marks on it.
That was the exit point.
So it became, and then on the lid there, you can see the burn marks. And then of course we tested the windlass. We went direct to the motor with 12 volts. I have a little power pack, and so I put 12 volts directly to the windings of the motor on the windlass, and it did nothing. So it's dead. So it's hopefully it can be repaired and not replaced. But then of course I don't know if we're going to be able to see it during the day, but you can see the bottom of the radar is black. The two newly installed spreader lights are
They're black. Yeah.
And then our anchor light and steaming light, it's black and it's bent. It's like it melted up there. And then if you go farther up, you can't see it from this angle really, but there's just the top of the mast is black. Literally looks like a burnt match. And it's where the VHF antenna blew off. That's where the strike hit. And these guys said they saw a plume of smoke coming out. That's where it came from, I presume. But the wind instruments aren't working. Obviously the VHF, the radar's not working. None of the lights are working. So we're hoping that the mast is okay. None of that's been...
the new rigging.
Yeah, hoping that it's...
That'll just have to be fully inspected when you get back to Florida.
Yeah, hopefully we get a good rigger to give us a good inspection. You know, and I wasn't concerned about I didn't think about the halyard until we saw the video footage, and I thought, man, that was a lot of heat right by that halyard.
Yeah, it was directly right on the side of it. You can see in the pictures there.
So I'm concerned about that.
So what have we learned, Davy? When there's lightning, what do we do?
Anchor next to a boat with a bigger mast.
Or a mast.
Or a mast. Yeah. The advantages of not having a mast.
How many solar panels do you got?
So there's 5 135 watt panels, 675 I think is the math of that total. And
but charging at the moment is not actually functioning. We've been down to the MPP controllers and stuff like that, and all the lights have gone. There was a reset button on the front of it, but that's gone. That's exploded and punched out. So we know that the controller is definitely toast, but we don't know about the panels yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So they'll have to be tested.
Well, and chances are that they've been sitting in the sun now for 13 days.
Yeah, that's not
power going anywhere.
not too much of a problem. 13 days isn't too long. But
there's no, I guess there's no evidence that they're working because the batteries don't move unless I put the charger on there.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I was thinking of.
Yeah, but you're definitely not getting the charge because the MPP, so the controller, which is in charge of these guys, is that's not functioning. So that's not talking. That's not giving anything to your batteries.
Okay.
So you're not getting any charging at all from the solar at the moment.
So we're just gonna have to test the solar.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it.
They say that lights are just darkness absorbers, and
These ones are full.
when they turn black, they're just full. So you just have to change them.
Da-dum, 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 boo!
So after all of that, before Shane and Tanya get towed tomorrow, everyone came over for one last game night on Barefoot.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
Roston is a great guy who runs a towing company here in Georgetown. So he is towing the boat to Bimini, where then they will hand off the boat to Sea Tow, and they will take them the rest of the way to Fort Lauderdale. I think it's something important that we should discuss, that looking into some sort of lightning suppression system is important for cruising catamarans that have taller masts. This year, Sea Tow has already towed 60 boats back to the States that have been hit by lightning. So it is something that you should be aware of. Next week we will talk about some of the insurance things and how to deal with an insurance company if you've been hit by lightning.
What did you just do?
Pull my pants down. Got a moon them on the way out.